Today I'm at one of the many very beautiful cemeteries of the Hurunui parish at Waikari. We've just buried a parishioner. It's a beautiful day, as you can see. We gathered in significant numbers, people from all across this region, family and friends of the one who had died. We gathered because he had died. We gathered to bury him. Some of the people there, of course, are in church regularly, others much less so. But whatever, the fact is that when we gathered for this funeral this morning, we were confronted with the reality of death. To know that the one that we know and love is lying now in the coffin before us, you can't escape the reality of that fact. We gather, though, as people of hope. In the Christian ceremony, we focus not so much on the person who has died, but on their eternal reality, which gives hope to the present. Because the death that we experience at the end of our earthly life is really much more of a transition than it is a death. Kind of like we could say the transition of the baby from the womb into the world that we now share. So too, at the end of our earthly life, we make the same transition into a full and more abundant and eternal life. It's this fact of our faith that gives hope to the moments that feel like death. Sure, there is the one death that we will all experience at the end of our earthly life, but every moment there's anxieties, every day there are struggles, there are burdens that we're having to cope with. Sometimes we wake up and the mood is just bad or difficult. We can see all of the negative ahead of us in the day, but none of the positive. These are the moments that give us, in a way, a taste of death. What do we do in those moments? Well, the message of any funeral is we don't escape the reality. And instead what we do is keep our minds and our hearts, our gaze firmly fixed on the broader perspective, the bigger picture, and that is death, because of the death and resurrection of Jesus, is not the end, it is a transition. And that means that whatever you are experiencing today, whatever struggle, grief or anxiety or worry, it is passing, like the seasons. In my homily reflection this morning, I spoke about the seasons, well known, of course, to these people of the Hurunui land. There is the abundance of summer and the harvest, but then the autumn, when what looked to carry so much life begins to die. The leaves fall to the ground, leaving the branches that in winter look like nothing more than dead sticks. But then in spring, something remarkable happens. From what looked deathly and deadly, new buds of life appear. This is our hope, not just at the end of our earthly life, not simply eternally, but that's the reality that enables us to see the struggles, the demands of every day, the stress of every day in that broader perspective of hope. Maybe we are experiencing autumn. Maybe you are living through a kind of winter in your life today. Stay focused on the reality of the life that is offered to us. This is the heart of our faith. This is what gives us hope. Thanks be to God.